And welcome on in, everybody, to the Wednesday, or should I say Wisdom Wednesday with the Hello LLC today. Today, we are going to have an amazing conversation from traditional to digital, how crypto and fintech will transform your business, your life, and overall all these amazing changes that we have happening in our technology, in our finances. If you weren't here joining with us yesterday, we definitely were talking about, integrating AI into your business. We talked about this brand new DeepSeek that definitely put a huge toll on the financial sector yesterday with competing against, ChatGPT, where they found, where DeepSeek was able to really be able to do the same thing that ChatGPT can do for literally pennies on the dollar compared to $1 billion, or should I say $6 million compared to the billions of dollars that they needed to build ChatGPT. And so we're going to continue this trend of now switching it over to the financial side. And this is really where we share with people. You have to be strategically ready to be able to make this pivot. Because at the end of the day, I encourage you guys all to really listen, to really learn, and to really leverage these things that, are right here in our face. And, I wrote something down earlier that I wanted to share, and I knew I was going to forget it then, is that, when you react in life, or should I say, when you react in life, you respond in the old patterns, the ways of being, but yet everyone doesn't want change. Just like traditional finances right now, we call out old patterns, yet people will deny them. And still, because it makes them look bad, or, it's the denying to look, to look good. And we all have to understand that these traditional ways of doing business is about to be obsolete. And a lot of the people want to hold on to these old traditional things. And not only that, when we bring these facts, especially today, we're going to bring facts and stats from bigger corporations. So it's just not coming from David and Tara. It's really being able to understand that, these facts are shown to us, and still people won't make the pivot, or still people won't believe in it. As I shared yesterday, it's amazing how people can believe in this AI, but they can't believe in fintech. They can't believe in this crypto, when yet PayPal, Zelle, Bank of America are already utilizing these things, yet we're uninformed. And a lot of the times that's what happens, is if somebody says something and we make a statement off of feelings, which feelings are nothing more than a roller coaster, and they'll get you in a world of trouble. And then when people bring up facts and people bring up stats, we still deny them. And I hope that you all today will be able to get some real mind shifts, some real, digging into where we're going into the future. And it's not about, beating you up or making you wrong, because look, I'll speak for myself. Missed out on the Google, missed out on the Apple, missed out on real estate, missed out on online sales. Really, at the very beginning, missed out understanding what social media was about. And now I know what I know now, especially knowing that there's something new that's coming. We're not going to miss out on this. And so that's why we bring these things to your attention and have these conversations. No, this isn't financial advice. No, this isn't telling you, what you should buy or anything of that sort. And that's really where, crypto has, this stink around it. Because just like with anything new, people are going to try to find ways to make money. And I think a lot of the times when people do hear crypto, it's about making money. When in all reality, crypto is a new invention, a new technology that can change the world for the betterment, for security, for transparency, and just for the speed of light, especially as we talk and we continue to share with you guys that we're moving to a global e-commerce. And now more than ever, you're hearing about these tariffs, you're understanding parts of the world that you might not have known before, that now you're understanding where they are, and understanding even now more than ever that everybody's watching. And everybody knows that there's something new that's happening. And that's why we're going to have this discussion today, for you guys to understand that crypto is not just about money, right? Crypto, and there's different facets from crypto, of memes, from smart contracts to utilities, that we've talked about, that you guys all need to be able to really dig in and demystify a lot of these myths and a lot of these things that we talk about that we really don't know because we're basing ourselves off feelings and emotions and not knowing the facts. And so Tara has some amazing videos lined up for you guys to watch today. We definitely encourage you guys to come and join us in the Hello Plaza in Metaverse, that you can join from your cell phone, your laptop, your iPad. You know the drill. Hit 4 buttons and boom, you can come and be a part of this amazing conversation. But before we even get started, if you guys do not know about our Click to Clients Masterclass that is happening in T-3 days, then you definitely need to buckle up and listen up to this little video.
If your growth looks like a roller coaster, it's time for a smoother ride. Join the Clicks to Clients Masterclass. On February 1st, 2025, discover how AI can transform your business development. Attract more prospects with AI-powered marketing strategies. Automate your sales process to close deals faster. Streamline your business and drive consistent growth in 2025. Don't miss out. Reserve your spot today and unlock the power of AI to skyrocket your sales.
Boom. So there it was, guys. If you're just joining us, that was a little insight about our Click to Clients Masterclass that's this Saturday. Guys, that is helping you identify lead generation, but allowing AI to help you do that. And no, it's not ChatGPT. No, it's not, asking. This is actually where you can go find leads. You can have AI assist you with that find, be able to AI to assist you to reach out to those contacts, these verified contacts and whatnot. So come join our lead masterclass this weekend. Clicks to Clients this Saturday at 11 a.m. If you want to go ahead and jump in that, visit thehellollc.io to get your ticket. You guys, the information and the wealth that we're going to drop, the wealth of knowledge, I should say, that we're going to drop this Saturday in our masterclass is going to be amazing. And I know at the end of the day, just like everybody else knows, getting leads into your business, people that want to be into your business, want to actually do something with you and, be a client of yours is crucial. And that is what most people struggle with. And so we're here to help you with that. So jump in, find out, get your ticket. Normally $147. Right now you can get it for $97, or you can join our amazing Pivot VIP membership and get free access to that masterclass, plus all the benefits from the membership for that month. So I would, if it was me, get the membership with the free access, because you get a whole lot more bang for your buck for $97 than just the masterclass. But with that said, every time we do a masterclass, people that join say, why are you guys not selling this information for more? Why don't you charge more for people to come to your masterclasses? Blah, 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 blah. We don't, because we want more for you than from you, as Mr. Jones stated this morning in his live, if you watched that. So with that said, we're going to park that scooter right there. We're going to talk about cryptocurrency, fintech, and how it is impacting your business and will impact your business, right? So you have to understand at the end of the day that it comes down to simply understanding that there's a wave of movement happening. That, a few days ago, a new administration showed up, and there is already a new wave into the cryptocurrency fintech. And that is a wave of like regulations and clarity. So that way there's a level playing field. Now, let me get this very straight, very clear, extremely straight on this channel. We do not talk politics. We do not talk religion. Those are just two subjects that we do not talk about. And what I mean by that is that there will be people speaking about the new administration that's in-house that is pro-crypto. Yes, we have to understand that that is a direct impact into the fintech industry, and understand that that will make huge waves. And so we don't get into who those people are, what they stand for, nothing of that. We're going to allow these business experts. And guys, today we're going to hear from Brian Armstrong, which is the CEO of Coinbase, which is second largest crypto exchange in the world. So he's going to be talking today a little bit about regulations and what to expect in the next 6 months, year, 2 years. We're going to hear also from the CEO at Bank of America and how, they have already came out and stated that they already are aligned in the back with cryptocurrency, and they're just waiting for regulations so that way they can go ahead and start playing and offering their customers and their clients these packages and services of cryptocurrency. We're going to hear from the CEO of NASDAQ. We're going to also hear from another gentleman who really does big cryptocurrency technical analysis from a standpoint where he was an old banking executive and how has turned into his own private company of teaching financial literacy so people understand the change that is happening. And that would be Coach JV for any of those that know and follow, cryptocurrency community. So with that said, we're going to get started listening to a quick clip here from Brian Armstrong, the Coinbase CEO. He is in a interview in the Wall Street Journal is interviewing him. This is a few days after they hosted the crypto inauguration ball. And so this gentleman, as the CEO, has also been in conversations and in rooms with these political leaders that are pro-crypto, pro-fintech, and is sharing how that is working. But first, I want you to hear from him exactly what is in the cryptocurrency and how it is already, you guys are already utilizing it. And that is the biggest thing, that if you've ever listened to us before in our communications and in this channel, we have shared with you that, guys, you're already utilizing fintech companies right here, right now, and that you just don't know it because it is making a soft transition. So first, we're going to listen right here to Brian share about exactly how you are already utilizing these platforms. And then we're going to listen to him talk a little bit about the regulations that are coming through. So here we go.
We want I really want crypto to update the financial system globally, and that means it's going to have to integrate with every traditional financial service firm. Many of them are already doing it, by the way. The card networks, the big banks, the fintech platforms, PayPal, Stripe, Cash App, Robinhood, all have crypto integrated now. This is good. We want this to happen. The only way we're going to really update the financial system is to integrate with every company.
Thank you.
So that is where he
Partly answers my
about that mic there. That is where he is sharing right there about how we are linked into platforms already that are utilizing your current traditional SWIFT system of sending money, collecting money, but it's also now integrating with cryptocurrency and Web3 behind the scenes. So that way you are, most people don't realize that they're already utilizing it. Okay, so we're going to listen to this next clip. It's a couple of minutes. It's just talking about regulations and why it's important for the regulations to come down and kind of what to see over the next 6 months, year, and that. Here we go.
The last 4 years.
So what are there are a bunch of things that are on the table at the moment. There's Fit 21, sort of how do you think about the security commodity question that has bedeviled you guys for a while. There's stablecoin regulation. There's a wide range of things.
Mm-hmm.
What are, as you list your legislative and regulatory priorities, like what's at the top of that list? Yeah.
Well, I think you nailed a couple of them. So I think we do have an opportunity here in the next 6 months to try to really get some legislation going. For those of you who follow U.S. politics, in the House of Representatives, we got a bill passed last year. When I say we, I mean the crypto industry, the government itself, like everybody working together. And it passed the House, but it didn't get through the Senate. And so now that we have a new Congress, you're kind of starting from square one. Mm-hmm. The good news is that there's strong bipartisan support to get legislation passed. And the key principles that I think are coming together are the ones you mentioned. So the first one is what I would call token classification, which are these are commodities, which are securities, which are something else entirely like artwork, which don't need to be regulated by either of those two other categories. And getting the definitions of those it's tricky and it's nuanced. And I've seen some draft language getting sent around. I'll give you like my high level way I think about it, which is a little different than how you might write it in law. But if you're actually raising money for a company, like you want to make an apartment complex or a tech startup or a movie or something, and you're a centralized group of people trying to build something in the world, you're raising money from investors, that is a security. You should have to register it as a security. There should be all the consumer protections that come with that, the disclosures. And we've been actually petitioning the SEC for 4 years to try to make a pathway for that to happen, but they were not willing to do it until hopefully now. Now, once something becomes sufficiently decentralized, I think it can become a commodity. And the reason is that
Boom. Okay, so that was Mr. Armstrong talking about kind of the regulations and what's going on and how we're going to start seeing some movement over the next 6 months, that there's already been some movement in, Congress and the Senate and all of those apparatuses, with different branches of government and getting some of this regulation started. He talks about the importance there of, understanding why we need it. It's essentially, in layman terms, guys, we need clear direction. You need clear understanding of how to move forward. And a lot of these companies want to make sure that they abide, but there's not clear direction. And then he started to kind of talk about securities and commodities. That's a little more in depth. But the point being is that's basically what they have to sift through right now and understand how to make this regulated so that then the big banks and, other financial institutions can go full tilt. Some of them are already dabbling in it. Unfortunately, the financial institutions like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, those large banks, they cannot do anything until regulations are clear, so they're not breaking any laws, because they have to, pay attention to the laws that are already, set forth. So with that, let's pause for a second. Mr. Jones, would you like to add anything in on that, or have any questions in regards to kind of, seeing the regulations come down the pipeline, or are there any comments on the live?
No, we would like to, thank Mr. Sean for joining us, Mr. Jeremy for joining us, Ms. Merlin for joining us, Mr. Spencer for joining us. Thank you guys for joining us. And if you guys do not know, we are on all these social media platforms, from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from YouTube, from Twitch, from Spaces, aka Twitter, and of course LinkedIn Live. And then if you guys don't know, we're also on Instagram as well, and then Clubhouse and Fanbase. So we're on multiple different platforms right now that we continue to share with you guys to be omnipresent within your business and being able to really make these pivots into the future. And if you guys don't know, we encourage you guys to come and listen to our amazing Getting Naked podcast on February 21st. This is going to be uncensored and exposed what it's really like, dating interracially, or just dating just in general. And then definitely you guys want to come to the amazing Miss Merlin's Clark amazing podcast that will also be in the metaverse. Let It Go and Flourish podcast, episode 1, right? Let Go of Anxiety and Flourish. That's going to be on February 7th, Friday, noon Eastern time in the Hello Plaza, that you guys can definitely come and join in Miss Merlin's back office in her studio, because she also has her amazing Hello Plaza storefront. If you guys don't know about our amazing metaverse, then here we go. We're going to show you better than we can tell you.
Boom.
Forward-thinking entrepreneur or business owner. The world is changing faster than ever, and it's time to pivot and adapt to the future. Hello LLC is here to help you do just that. Hello stands for helping enterprises leverage leading-edge optimizations. Our innovative solutions can streamline operations, reduce overhead costs, and give you a competitive edge in a market projected to reach $5 trillion by 2030. By pivoting to the metaverse, businesses can tap into a rapidly growing market that is projected to be a significant part of daily life for 25% of Americans by 2026. As a full digital metaverse agency, The Hello LLC can help you create custom solutions to streamline operations, increase productivity, reduce costs, and drive brand recognition. Why should you pivot to the metaverse with the Hello LLC? By leveraging cutting-edge technology, you can provide immersive experiences for your customers, expand your global reach, and unlock new revenue streams. Contact us today to make the pivot.
Excellent. So there we go, guys. At the end of the day, there's so many great things within our services that we offer, and we invite you all to get curious. If we can help, we'd love to. But more importantly, if you want to discover more, book a complimentary discovery call and come be able to, hang out with us there and check things out. But as we get this motor scooter moving, the next thing that we're going to, do and share is a little bit more about, what has been communicated and talked about through the the new administration. I was looking for my words there. I'm sorry, guys. Through the new administration and what he's, kind of brought down the pipeline. So the first thing that we have seen him talk about is putting together a new FinTech crypto task force, right? And that is a group of people that are going to be able to understand how to start sorting all this out so we have clear rules and regulations. So that's the first thing that has already been created. If you guys want to get super curious, you can jump out there. It is online, but there has already been a task force of, I believe it's 7 or 8 people that they're a committee. So next is the clear goals. It has been stated very clearly by several of leaders within this space, as well as the new administration, that the goal is to make the United States the #1 crypto capital of the world. Now, why is this important for you or for the business that you have? It is because it will revolutionize the way we do business. Just like, guys, Zoom revolutionized everything in 2020 when we were all sat home, just like email revolutionized communication. You remember where we went from on a conversation with a phone call or having to fax? All of a sudden we had email capabilities and we could send a note to somebody about all the information instead of having to figure out how to, fax over all of this stuff that you've, documentation. You could put it in the email. So email revolutionized communication. And that is what cryptocurrency is going to do. And that is what the new administration wants to make sure that because guys, guess what? The United States is behind. And so there are going to be massive headways, made that will open up this space and really bring in a lot of ingenuity and companies that want to come to America and be here within that space. Expert teams, as we talked about, regulations. We already know regulations. That is prime. That's prime territory. There's got to be a clear path so people understand how to play the game, right? It would be like showing up to a basketball game or a football game and there's not clear rules and there's fouls and you're like, why aren't these fouls getting called? Or why are these, flags not getting thrown? And then you find out that the regulations or the rules are completely different. He's made some other executive orders that, talk about, no CBDCs and other things. Now, that's kind of in depth. We're not going to get all the way in that. But the next thing I want to share with you guys is a clip from the CEO from Bank of America. And he is talking about, he's in Davos. And for those that don't know, that's over in Switzerland. And that happens in January of every year, where they talk about the world financial health, essentially. Where are other countries at? What's going on? And the talk of the town right now is all about cryptocurrency and FinTech. So before we jump into this video, I want people to understand FinTech is financial technology. That is what covers everything talking about finance and technology. That's the name of that entire industry. Cryptocurrency is a portion, is a piece in the fintech structure. So just so you understand, when I'm using both words, fintech is the overall industry and crypto is the actual specific here. And the biggest thing I want you guys to pull out of these conversations when you listen to these executives at the large financial institutions are how they're going to turn as soon as regulations show up, how they're going to be able to offer new products to their clients, i.e. you. Now, we'll talk about that after we listen here to this amazing CEO with Bank of America and the impact of cryptocurrency. So here we go.
And Becky's got one back in Washington, but on crypto, we just had Brian Armstrong sitting in the seat that you were in. And obviously there's a lot of excitement about crypto. The banking business, for the most part, has stayed away from crypto. Given President Trump's full-throated support for crypto, do you imagine Bank of America is going to be full on in the crypto business if we have this conversation 12 months, 24 months from now?
I'd separate out this sort of crypto versus stable assets and digital movement of money, because we already move the vast majority of our money digitally. Our consumers do, our companies do. And so the question is, what's the business practice that you have to move another type of currency? So if the rules come in and make it a real thing that you can actually do business with, you will find that the banking system will come in hard on the transactional side of it, non-anonymous, transactional, verified, et cetera, because we have to, because it's just another way our customers are going to.
The other thing we were talking about was the possibility that Bitcoin and some of these cryptocurrencies actually are a threat to the U.S. dollar. Scott Bessent's talked about needing the U.S. dollar to be super powerful.
Yeah.
Is it a threat?
I think there's a whole bunch of dynamics about all the trade and all the consumption of the U.S. consumer and all the stuff that goes on. But I think we do need a strong U.S. dollar. We need a U.S. dollar to be reserve currency. It's good for our country. But what I'm saying is, if you go down the street here and you go in and buy lunch,
right?
If you can pay with Visa, MasterCard, a debit card, Apple Pay, et cetera, this will just be another form of payment in an instantaneous cash transfer. And so I think if it becomes regulatory okay, which it wasn't before, and that's one of the issues, you'll see the banking system enter with. We have hundreds of patents on blockchain already. We know how to enter the field. When you get to the investment side and the Bitcoin stuff, that's really a separate question. That's more on the investment side. From the transactional side, I think you'll see the banking industry make moves.
Boom. Okay, great. So that was the CEO of Bank of America right there. And he was talking about, essentially, you heard it, layman's terms, when we see regulations, we can then show up and be able to play. We can show up and have a conversation. We can offer, some products to our customers and our clients. And now I want to dive a little bit deeper on that, because this is where we're going to talk about where this affects you, not only as a consumer, as an individual of who you are, but for those that run a business and those that have, business side, whether maybe it's in your corporate structure or you own your own business. This comes down to the big businesses, the big banks are waiting for regulations in order for them to be lawful within the space so they can offer you as the consumer products, meaning, hey, buy crypto through us. Bank of America, you could, go in there and have your, direct deposit from your, from a client paying you or from, your payroll, and all of a sudden you could show up in the space of, hey, I will put 50% into cryptocurrency and I want the other of it to set in US dollar. They can't offer that product to you guys until we have regulations. So the point being is you're early to the space, but what I want you to find what I want you to hone in on here is, do not be a consumer in this space where it comes to you start being the person they're selling to. So that means get curious, get out there, be able to understand how you can already accept cryptocurrency into your business. You can already have people pay you via cryptocurrency. Understand the taxations, because there are taxing structures already built. It will change as regulations show up. But to make sure you're in that structure and how you're following suit, this is going to be what will be the future. You will no longer accept checks. You will no longer have checks. You're no longer going to have cash, really, to be very frank. Cash is, going to not be, it's going to be available, but it'll be digital. It will not be in a physical style unless you are someone who has collected a little piggy bank of, cash, and you never turn it into the bank. So you are going to be an anomaly. But that's the kicker, is that what is coming down the pipeline is that they're waiting to where they can sell you goods and services, and you need to understand, instead of being that, get in front of that so you can be the same people, that you can be offering these goods and services to clients and have them be able to have a point of sale that's easier. If that's just all it is, like if say you're in the coaching and leadership field and you're like, I'm not going to be in the financial field, I don't need to offer these products and services to anybody, then understand how you need to be able to accept payment from your clients via that way. The point of sale, the POS, however you want to say it, you understand how that process works, and you can implement that today. We have it implemented. So if we have it implemented, you can implement it. So that is the Bank of America CEO that was having that conversation. There's a couple more CEOs here that I want to share. The next one is from NASDAQ. Hey, Miss Lisa, welcome on in. It's great to see you. Next one is from NASDAQ. But before I do that, is there any other comments, Mr. Jones, or anything that we need to pause and add in?
Yeah, if you guys don't know, tomorrow is the amazing 3-day event that Tony Robbins has, and it's called Time to Rise Summit. And tomorrow we're going to have that event playing live in the Hello Plaza in Metaverse that you guys should definitely come and join. Last year, it was like Tony Robbins had been in all of our rooms and literally started out talking about AI, talking about immersive experiences, talking about how, we were changing the way we engage. And, here we are, where that is exactly, what is taking place when we talk about metaverse, when we talk about, fintech, when we talk about this crypto, all is one. As we've been sharing before we even knew anything about crypto, before we knew anything about AI and metaverse, we were sharing with people that we are all in this together. And how you react and how you learn and how you engage and how you really raise your vibrations is not coming up with problems, right? Coming up with actual solutions. And that's exactly what we're sharing with you guys, is that these major corporations are coming up with solutions. So it is time to rise. So join us tomorrow for that amazing event. Starts at 11. We'll definitely be in the metaverse. You could join from your phone. You can join from your laptop. You can join from your cell phone. I'll probably even put it on, the YouTube channel so other people can see it and be a part of it, especially our fans over here on Fanbase. So I want to welcome in Hector. I want to welcome in Willie. I want to welcome in Maggie. You guys are more than welcome to come up on stage. If you want to join us in the metaverse as well, I'll put the link in the chat, and you guys can definitely hit that biz in a box, which is more than a website. This is our immersive experience that we create for customers and clients and bigger organizations that really want to put their systems and foundations in order. I just put that below. Come and join us in the metaverse and be a part of this. But back to you. What you got?
Yeah, so thank you so much, Mr. Jones. So the next little clip we have here is about 1 minute and 30 seconds. This is from the CEO of NASDAQ, which is Adina Friedman. And she is talking, they're going to ask her the same question. She's at Davos as well. They're going to ask her the same question about, what do you think about crypto? And she's going to dive in here, guys, and share about how their stance on it and how they're already offering things that you want to maybe check out. So with that said, let's get this party rocking.
Brian Armstrong from Coinbase was here at the very beginning of today's broadcast, and we're talking about crypto. And boy, is this president about crypto, right? How does that change things for NASDAQ? Do you say to yourself, we need to be in the crypto business in a big, big way?
Well, first of all, we already are supporting the crypto ecosystem. So we provide technology to crypto exchanges, both trading technology, clearing, settlement, and surveillance technology to crypto exchanges around the world. So we are a very scaled technology provider to that ecosystem, and we're seeing a lot of demand for our technology as the ecosystem starts, continues to mature. We also list crypto ETFs and others both in the US and in Europe on our exchanges. As we think about the regulatory landscape that could come, I mean, what is actually quite encouraging is the idea of going from an enforcement regime around crypto to a regulatory, let's actually write proactive rules that gives everyone an understanding of the rules of the road. And if there is clarity in regulation, it allows regulated markets like ours, and we've talked about this before, we like operating in regulated markets. If there is clarity in regulation, it allows us to assess what does that mean for us as an operator of markets as well. But let's see how the regulation comes out.
You spend a lot of time.
Perfect. All right. So that was Miss Friedman. And as you heard her share, NASDAQ is already playing in this, cool, collaborating with different cryptocurrency exchanges and different on and off ramps, as well as BlackRock, Vanguard, Grayscale. There's so many of these large financial institutions that are already kind of playing in it, even though there's not clear regulations for our banking institutions to be able to play in it. And that, guys, as we all know, when the big boys come to play, and the big boys being BlackRock's and NASDAQ and Bank of America and Wells Fargo, when they all want to come to play, that is when it, the money gets thrown around so that the systems get created, the regulations get done so that way they can play. Now, with that stated, the reason why a lot of people don't understand maybe why is crypto important to a banking institution? Well, there's multiple reasons, and that's a very broad question, and there's not one size fit all answer because each coin or token within cryptocurrency serves a different purpose. There might be a utility token, there might be, a stable coin, there might be a store of value coin, it might be a meme. There's so many different categories and they all serve different purposes. So instead of broad stroke all of crypto, you can't really say one general reason, right? But when you're talking about banking institutions, they're looking about sending money back and forth between different financial institutions, cross borders over to other countries. And right now they have to have nostro vostro accounts, which are bank accounts that they have in other countries that hold lots of money. So that way when someone needs to, for us, like us, we live in Mexico, we're digital nomads. And when we go to the bank, yes, we earn American dollar. It's in our American bank account. And when we go to the ATM here to pull out cash, we get pesos. And so there is a transaction that happens behind the scenes that is very antiquated and outdated that takes forever and then when I say forever, let me not exaggerate. It takes 3 to 5 business days for those transactions to settle. And so, but when you're talking about 3 to 5 maybe even 7 business days for those transactions. I've heard of larger transactions happen to be wired taking up to 14 business days. So, there's a lot of different discrepancies there. However, why this is important to the banks is because they want to move money faster, quicker, and cheaper. And so that is where cryptocurrency comes in. And that is where these big financial institutions will start offering you, whether it's within an ETF through, that department where they're, giving you this opportunity to buy a basket, buy in with a basket effect, meaning there's a bunch of them. Then that comes down to the simple fact at the end of the day that it just is the point that we're here, and this administration is absolutely going to, bring this into regulation. So the next thing that I wanted to share with you guys is a clip from Coach JV, and some people might know who this is, some people might not, but this gentleman is an ex-banker that has, turned into a financial literacy guru in the new fintech space, meaning he is teaching others how to be able to be financially savvy and understand the old banking system, because he was a bank exec and he understands how that information, got from point A to point B and how it works. And it comes down to the simple, sum of things here is that he now owns his own company where he's doing financial, advice, being able to assist people with financial literacy. But the one thing and reason why I want to share this with you guys and what I want you to pull out of this is that he's going to share a little clip about Robert Kiyosaki. And I know most of you know who that is from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the book that he did. And he is, pretty savvy when it comes to investing, just like, Mr. Warren Buffett. And so it comes down to understanding that these big dogs now that are financial investors are changing their strategy. And so he's going to show a little bit about how Robert Kiyosaki is going to talk about that. And he's going to share a little bit about how this is just a natural evolution of the banking system changing. So we're going to listen to a couple minute section here on this about more information. So let's get this rocking and rolling.
This next couple years.
64, I've been saving silver. So right now I'm trading in my silver to buy more Bitcoin, because the silver I was buying was at 10 cents an ounce to just $3 an ounce. So the dollar went down, the silver and gold went up. So now I'm going to trade that for Bitcoin. So I want to talk about Bitcoin. It's your generation. It's my people I'm concerned about are my generation, younger guys, because they don't know anything about it. And the reason Bitcoin is doing so well is because my generation or generation before, America is now the biggest debtor nation in history. They're printing $1 trillion every 90 days. And as much as I like President Trump, who's a friend of mine, they don't talk about it. They don't talk about how they're going to handle that debt. Now, they brought in Elon Musk and the Vivek to be the Doge, Department of Government Efficiency or something. If they do what they do, it's going to sink this whole economy. So that's why for years I've saved silver and gold, but now I'm taking all my silver and gold and converting to Bitcoin. And there's an organization called Bitcoin Zella. Their programs are really, really good and simple for an old guy like me. But you guys understand this stuff.
Okay. So what he's doing a plea to the older generation, which is the baby boomers that have all the wealth, right? The baby boomers, they are literally, their brains can't even handle this, right? Just take out the tribalism and think about the change of money. That's all it is, guys. Gold is transmuting into digital gold, Bitcoin. The payment system is transitioning from a swift, old, archaic, analog DOS system to a faster payment system. That's it. It's not that big. It's not that big of a deal. There's not some big grand conspiracy going on. It has to change. AI technology cannot operate without cryptocurrency. And I hope that helps. There isn't some big grand, there's always conspiracies, there's things going on, and where there's money, there's power, there's greed, but it's not that big of a deal. It's just imagine, look at how much it's changed from 2006, I think maybe Facebook, whenever Facebook was created, when we got social and then we got smartphones, how much it's changed from 2006 to 2024. Do you realize you're going to see more changes than you've ever seen from 2025 to 2030? Now, here's the difference. You can invest in the infrastructure. So hell yeah, I'm going to buy a bunch of Bitcoin and as much XRP as I can and many other cryptos that I feel are going to be here. But my biggest holdings in the end, when all the dust settles, is going to be XRP number 1, Bitcoin number 2. That's what I'm focused on, because I'm focused on generations. I'm not worried about this bull run. I'm not worried about 2026. I'm focused on my family for generation to generation, okay? So Raul Paul put this out. He said, I'm traveling for the next week, but just keep this summary at hand for this month's Global Macro Investor. It is all noise. That's all it is, guys. All this bullshit that happened last weekend, it's all noise. It's all drama. And some of you are dumping your bags because of it.
Boom. Okay, so right there, he's off, moving off into a more detailed conversation. But he shared right there, Robert Kiyosaki having a conversation. You can go out to YouTube and see the full, 5 minutes of Robert talking about it. But Robert Kiyosaki, as we all know, was a huge minerals guy. He was huge into gold and silver and being able to hedge what happens in our financial economy, so that way he didn't have to take a big hit, And so very, very smart individual. And he has realized, that, hey, I have been holding some of these investments for many, many moons, and I can kind of move that over and reinvest my portfolio into a more fintech oriented portfolio and be able to, really get into this. However, what he was talking about is that as he is a baby boomer, the baby boomers are going to get left behind. And this is why, this is where the dots get all connected here. This is why the big financial companies want to come in and be able to offer services like BlackRock with the EFTs, NASDAQ being able to tokenize all of those assets that they run through their platform, and then have these big financial investors like BlackRock and then Vanguard and Grayscale and Charles Schwab and Merrill Lynch and all of these guys. They want to be able to offer EFT or package, investments to the baby boomers and be able for them to be able to invest through them. So that way, yes, it's safe. They feel, it's normal. It's, familiar because their investment is already in their hands. Now, let me say this. This is my public service announcement. This is what I told my 74-year-old mother, who kindly corrected me the other day because I called her 73. And I said, well, let's go to 72 then. My point being is she's well into the baby boomer generation. And she also, raised me to invest, build a portfolio, make sure you're investing for your future, for your retirement. So that way you have ability to retire. Make sure you're taking care of your future self. So she would share that with me all the time growing up. And she did very good at investing. And I told her, my dear mother, whenever you're curious and ready to be invested into cryptocurrency and be able to move some of your portfolio over into it, whatever you do not go through your investment company. Do not buy the EFTs. Do not do all that. And she says, why? It's safe. I said, yes, it is safe. Absolutely. But when your daughter has the ability to have you invested and buy the whole cow instead of just the steak, or buy the whole land instead of just the house, being able to buy everything instead of being able to just buy a service from them, that's what I told her. So that's my public service announcement is don't be buying if you're a baby boomer and all that. Do what you want to do at the end of the day. This is not financial advice. I can give my financial advice to my mama, but I won't give it to you. But I'm telling her that because there's no sense of her going and buying a nice steak for the same price that she could get the whole cow for. Right, and that could bring her, tons of, new cows in the future. So it comes down to understanding that regulations is a great thing, but you also have opportunity now as a business owner, as a private investor, to get curious and to get curious quickly, so that way you can start to understand that the financial shift that's happening and how it will impact our businesses, because money will move instantly between point A to point B, comes down to the simple fact at the end of the day that evolution is always happening. We never stop evolving. The BlackBerry was here one day, and then the iPhone showed up. And then all of a sudden we had an iPod, and then all of a sudden now it's turned into the iPod iPhone because they merged it all into one. And the next thing you're going to know is that your phone is going to allow you to be able to be in 3D metaverse. It's going to allow you to do transactions instantly through cryptocurrency. It's going to allow you to utilize AI right there at the touch of not only a phone, but a smart computer. And you're either wearing it as sunglasses or you have it on your wrist, and it's no longer in the phone size. It is going to be revolutionary is the word I was looking for. But to think that we're not constantly evolving and that change is not coming is silly, and it actually puts you and your business at risk. So, that was all of the conversations that we had from all of the experts. I put my air quotes up because these are all the people that, are looked towards as the financial experts in this industry. And so it comes down to, guys, we're presenting the information for you to get curious. That's our hope out of this conversation. You to get curious, you to take action, you to be able to go figure out what you want to, partake and figure out what avenue you want to take. I will share this with you. The cool thing, you heard at the beginning of this conversation, we have an amazing Click to Clients Masterclass coming up this Saturday. That is a help with lead generation and AI, right? Okay. With that, the cost to get in this, I'm going somewhere with this, so keep with me. The reason why I'm saying this, the cost of that is normally $147. We're offering a one-time ticket for $97, or you can get into our Pivot membership, which is $97 VIP Pivot membership, which is $97 a month, and get free access to this masterclass. The reason why I'm sharing all this with you is this reason right here. If you join our VIP membership, you also can get access to all this crypto information that I just shared with you in our library of resources of videos that we have culminated through the 8 years of, studying cryptocurrency, studying the fintech market, studying where things are going, how they've evolved since cryptocurrency, came kind of to fruition, and being able to put that into a curated effort for you guys to kind of get your knowledge and education. So come join the masterclass this Saturday. Join the Pivot membership so you get free access to that masterclass, and you get free access to all this information in our Pivot membership. And you can also get on the phone with a one-on-one and have a conversation with me and deep dive and ask all these different questions of how you can get cryptocurrency implemented into your business, how you can start utilizing it to accept payment from other people, because there's people out there that have more cryptocurrency portfolio, like hundreds of thousands of millions, that would pay you for your services because they got it in cryptocurrency, but they don't want to move it over to the point of into cash because there's a taxation. So they rather just send it directly to you to be able to mitigate some of that taxation, right? So you guys have to understand why this is important, that there are clients out there that want to do business with you today, but they want to pay you via cryptocurrency, and you don't have a system or a structure set up to where they can do that. And as you've heard all these executives talk, that's where we're going. We are going to be in the land of cryptocurrencies and fintech. We're already there, as CEO Brian Armstrong explained to you guys. You're already using it in PayPal and, Stripe and through, Cash App and other platforms. And this is why it's important for you guys to get curious. So, with all that said, Mr. Jones, what else do we need to add before we wrap up this amazing conversation today?
One of the things that I would share with you guys is that, as we talk about, this cryptocurrency and fintech, I want you all to understand this is no difference than stocks at the end of the day. Excuse me. And that, when we talk about stocks, just imagine if you could have bought Apple before you went to, JP Morgan, or before you went to all these other, companies that you could buy your stock from. Please believe they're putting their, money on top of that. So the stock might be, $99, but they're telling you, it's 105. Please believe they're getting their percentage off of it, where you can go and get it at the $99 and you can hold it and you can be able to do what you want with it. And the great thing about this is I want you all to understand is that moving forward over to this crypto and this fintech, we all are essentially becoming our own bank. Mm-hmm. And we're really getting rid of the middleman. And if you watched American Gangster, you watched a lot of these, movies, It's about getting rid of the middleman. And as I continue to share with you guys all, you follow the movies, they're telling you exactly what they're doing. And this is exactly what we're doing. You're getting rid of these transaction fees. You're getting rid of these late fees. You're getting rid of, security risks. You're getting rid of not knowing where this money is or where this money went. And especially for a business, this is something that is huge for you to be able to run your finances on, for you to be able to run your payroll on, for you to be able to tokenize all the things you have in your business and know where they are and everything else. And so this is really where it comes to the point, as I shared from the beginning. Now that you know, what are you going to do? And it's even worse off that you do know this and you don't make a move, or you don't invest, or you don't do anything else. And so that is why we continuously have these conversations. And yeah, they might not be about, rainbows and butterflies and giving you a pat on the back and telling you it's okay. This is really about pivoting you forward and moving forward into the future, because it's already here. Just as we continue to share with you guys, about, joining us in our metaverse, to where, you can really come and experience it in a completely different way, and
Welcome
really
to the
understanding,
Hello Plaza, your ultimate 3D immersive adventure in the metaverse.
and you can talk to real AI chatbots. You can text to AI chatbots. This is the next.
Welcome to the Hello Plaza, your
Really
ultimate
being able
3D
to have, your customer service, your engagement, people learning about what you do in a whole new way. You ain't pulling out no paper clip, right? You're not forcing
Welcome
people
to the
into the
Hello
metaverse
Plaza,
or to buy
your
the
ultimate
Oculus,
3D immersive
goggles.
adventure.
This is really a completely different way. You're hearing it right now.
Welcome to the Hello Plaza, your ultimate
And
3D
I'll
immersive
back
adventure.
out and I'll go back in, and you'll be able to hear better than me.
Welcome to the Hello Plaza, your ultimate 3D. Welcome to the Hello Plaza, your ultimate 3D.
And so you can hear
immersive
her a little
adventure
bit.
in
It's
the
kind of
metaverse.
competing with me talking. But if you guys come into the metaverse, you can actually walk up to Tara's
Welcome to the
avatar,
Hello
and
Plaza,
actually
your
she will
ultimate
talk to
3D
you, or
immersive.
you can come over here to my avatar and you can actually text to the avatar utilizing our chat bot. So this is something completely different that we continue to showcase and share with you guys all of how this all works together, especially you see in the screen share. So this takes Zoom. This takes your crusty, dusty, social audio rooms, your live rooms, anything to a whole new level of engaging and interacting, just as this crypto is, just as this metaverse is, and really, fintech that you're already utilizing, from PayPal to Zelle to Cash App, and you just heard these people, these big wig people, that have names behind them and status behind them, saying, we're already ready. We are ready for them to say, hey, we can utilize this, and they're ready to flip the switch. So this isn't, a year, 2 months, 2 years down the line. As soon as we get regulations in place, it's happening. And so don't get caught with your pants down. Don't get caught with the tide out, right? And your pants is down, which is what I mean by that, and really be able to invest and learn and leverage this information that we give to you guys. And so definitely come and learn more. And as Tara shared with you guys beforehand, if you don't know, you should know, about our amazing masterclass that we'll leave you guys with, and definitely come and join us in this Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time.
If your growth looks like a roller coaster, it's time for a smoother ride. Join the Clicks to Clients Masterclass. On February 1st, 2025, discover how AI can transform your business development. Attract more prospects with AI-powered marketing strategies. Automate your sales process to close deals faster. Streamline your business and drive consistent growth in 2025. Don't miss out. Reserve your spot today and unlock the power of AI to skyrocket your sales.
Boom. And so there we go, my friends. You guys definitely make sure you get your ticket. Come and join us this Saturday at 1 p.m. And definitely looking forward to you guys, learning about this new AI tool that will blow your mind, to where not only will it be able to help you with your actual business development, finding clients, finding customers, it will also do it for you on a daily basis where you can set up, these finds and these searches, and it will literally send this information to people without you. And so, as we've been sharing, AI is here to stay. You can either get on board or you can let AI take over. And it's going to be businesses and entrepreneurs and people that implement AI that take over what you're doing if you're continuously doing things the old way.
Bingo. Well, what a great conversation, everybody, tonight. It was all about, understanding where we're going within the fintech future, how to be able to implement that into your business, why you want to implement that into your business. Some of the big dogs talking about it's here. They're ready to go. They're just waiting for the regulations to hit. So with that said, you know the drill. Love,
kindness,
and integrity.
But most importantly,
commitment
and
consistency.
Until next time.
Till next time. Toodles.
Toodles, everybody.